There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world. Even the wind cannot blow on forever.
If you want my opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt decree. It's clear that Tajima had done nothing wrong, and I can't claim to fully... Truth be told...
Seems like...
You must also... Tajima keeping out the trap, but now we will...
You must be Tajima. So...
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave. True. And what made me want to come here 30 years? I don't have answers to those questions, because I can't remember. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it...
Okay. Well, in that case, But if you... Oh! Maybe if you just...
Oh, that reminds me. Last...
I keep it...
Oh, yes! Yes, you do!
Perfect! So
If you don't mind...
This looks like Tajima's diary, all right. Let's see what we have here. Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. I messed up and burned mine a little, so Today, I helped I went kite flying today. Huh? I went to pray at the shrine again. Now that's the kind of info...
Too slow.
So this is the interesting. But anyway, if he...
Rain outlines your fate.
The wind rises.
Somewhere that Tajima... The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Must be something pretty amazing. It looks like a... Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again? So the... But he's been here for 30 years. Well, let's go get...
Well, I'll be. That's certainly... Still, it's clear. Over the years, I must have made an... And just look, how could I have... Love, regret, everything I felt... No. After all, it's as if she'd never been in my life to... I think... Although, what if she were to turn up eventually? When I think about it like that, how curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even... I shall remain here.
Tejima seems to be dealing okay, but still, it makes Paimon really sad. Seems it's just like that's certainly... At least we were able to help. Well... According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
My sword! Let me scribe!
The wind rises.
Treasure hunting.
Behold!
Rain outlines your fate. Shatters of fate!
You're the fairy. Quit following me. The wind rises.
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining... But why would they take action? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend...
The entire clan is counting on that food! How many times?
You dared?
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this!
What? We heard the commotion.
I see. You seem to have come. This is Kurosawa. He's a In the past, we'd simply ask him for... He's keeping the provisions for himself.
No one seems to care about... It's no wonder all the...
This must be one of the people Ayaka... Maybe we should talk to...
I've never even heard of these I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail. My own family can barely get by as it is. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce...
To be perfectly honest, all I know is that I would perform certain things and it's not just that.
Does it have to do with the...
I didn't take... To top it all off, my house... If you don't believe me, go...
Huh. But we better we should be able...
We really outdid ourselves. All those samurai houses packed with goods. You haven't seen anything yet. Today's just the beginning.
You demand, but
These seem like the treasure hoarder.
Another test subject.
behold!
There goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that. Come on, Bob.
Not bad, kid. You ever... Kuros. So he's the one who sent you after...
So what did you see?
Food I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was... But now that you've caught us, how about we...
You've got a deal.
Huh?
What the...
There's nothing in...
Yeah. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store. We better talk to this Miss Aoi. As for you guys, you're free to go.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOU.
Shut it.
The wind rises. Too slow. Squall and fury. Too slow. Quit following me. Behold!
Welcome to or perhaps there's some... so you're friends of Kurosawa.
Whoa, whoa! How did Kurosawa end up
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So
that's how he was getting those... But why did he have to purchase a usual...
well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been... Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have it, so he deemed it necessary to take on the debt.
Wow. Kurosawa was... And no one ever appreciated what he did.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provision, if you're still curious, why don't you go ask? I see. Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so dear to him.
Sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father. In hindsight, I regret that Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Oh, but before you go, if...
But...
Information is... Don't worry, I won't charge...
At least we now know where the emergency... Let's go talk to Kurt...
try some creative cooking.
Too slow. Quit following me. Too slow. The wind rises. Behold!
I presented them with a choice. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders?
That just about sums it up.
Strange. I don't really have any such Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I? But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow in this sword. I remember once when I was... What did he say? It would seem that I forgot all I can remember, and...
Hey! If you look can you recognize the words?
Virtue? Somehow those two words taking on seeming... But what use of... The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the irony of all of it is... I'm incapable of being a good person. Yet I'm equally
Yet another... When we get the chance, let's speak... In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah. See, fortunately for us, let's go find the next...
Squall and Fury.
The third person? Paimon heard that this is his dojo. Luckily...
Nanako, don't worry. Those thugs that challenged the dojo...
Maybe, but things have gotten
It's just because he's been...
Hey there!
Who are you? I don't care whether you're Don't make me draw my blade.
No! You got it so wrong! We just came here to...
Disciple?
Yep. But then we...
Please, accept my apologies. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not able to... I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Sensei's name is Domon. Though self-taught, he once said that his... And so... But then...
Not long ago, Sensei, he says the strangest things over. Junya and I have... But if I'm honest...
The Grand Naru...
You haven't heard of it? Not that we'd have... So don't worry, Nanako. The exorcism will take place this evening.
So...
You think I've got a sharp tongue? I just tell it like it is.
Shh. So you just now, when Nanako was... When she asked him who... It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his... All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. The ritual has now begun. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water.
Huh? Who's that? We won't let them get... Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious!
Ow. Are you sure you're... Unless...
Excuse me? And what are you doing?
Bad news? I don't care to talk about that time.
His senior?
Anzai? Yes, because I don't wish to see Domon or... When we were young, we trained under... I had begun training 5 years before him. Practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art seek to it, but Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our... Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword... I thought so too at the time. But Domon began me. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who... He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less...
Sure sounds like he meant business.
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Domon's arrival changed everything. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei, too. Sensei was advanced in years by then. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. So you see, Okay, you've heard my story.
Seems like we got it Still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with us. Let's go see how the exorcism's coming along.
Quit following me.
What? Does that mean he's just lost?
Nanako, please. Try not to get agitated.
I am sorry, but spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, and all is...
Lady Yai?
The head shrine? Correct. I am unable to say...
Excuse me.
That won't be necessary. I must leave now.
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned?
No. That's not what I meant. I just mean this is Lady Yai. The head Anyway, given that you've traveled all this way just to meet her...
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited about... Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to...
Rain outlines your fate.
Behold!
No, my sword!
The wind rises.
Too slow. Take it and have fun. Unnecessary. Too slow. Squall and Fury. Following me. Too slow. Quit following me. Too slow.
following me.
Do you think that's Lady Ai? Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she... it was probably...
Keep away. I gave up the art of the sword.
As you can see, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now.
Lady Ai, this is nothing like him at all.
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your but... yes. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered as one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back death. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of...
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Ai...
Your school practices stillness of mind, freedom from all... There was once one who... Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them?
Lady Ai, I'm not sure...
The path of the sword master is filled with twists and turns. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down only a deep commitment to his... When that ambition disappears...
Poor sensei.
I'm sorry, Father.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that... Did he follow us the whole...
Ansai, why are there two... You're here for revenge, aren't you?
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far... It's been so long now, I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it. Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you, but that is no reason to strip them of theirs.
But what if one day... The same... I put everything I had into trying to be... If there's a chance they'll...
Have you asked them what they...
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pot, I can't know whether I will... I want to keep going until...
Nanako's far from the only one.
Goodness.
You see? Being stripped of your ambition is something... So, you are not in the same position that I was.
I'm sorry to have made you worry. I no longer have the... But as your sensei, this is my promise.
You can count on that. But, well, don't just stand there staring...
So even though his ambition was taken away...
Traveler, a moment, please.
So, the wind that blows from afar for us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Lady, she seems super mysterious. Paimon's so curious what she really meant by all that. We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go report back to Miss Kamisata.
I hope we find long-lost ancient literature.
Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Huh?
Traveler, Paimon, it is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face. I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Yeah, short of, Ayaka.
Because now that you have done the 3 things I asked of you...
Wait a second, but isn't Toma your,
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining.
Oh, okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the open compared to how you are behind the screen.
Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings on what you have seen? Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty Shogun, the lives of those who inhabit the world are inconsequential. Thunders roar, lightnings flash, the winds assault, and the rains descent. All these things take place with no regard for the feelings of the common people. But I believe that surely you understand what they must endure. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case, perhaps you would be willing to reconsider your stance? You will? Really? Naturally.
All right, bravo, my lady. You were right all along.
See? I told you she wouldn't reject them. I'd placed my trust in the right... Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more...
Well, here we are again.
Please continue without me.
So,
This is land. Such privileges exist due to the Ashro Commission's role in managing...
Oh, Paimon gets it!
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house.
Makes sense.
In any case, we can talk freely here. I presume you have... The almighty Shogun. I've seen her on but only a few. She inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute authority. It was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of, well... The issue is this. For the vast majority of people, after all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Because of this, the attitude of most people towards...
How can they be like that?
Nevertheless, in addition to us, there is also the resistance on Watatsumi Island.
Resistance? You mean like an army fighting a...
Yes.
Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sangonomiya to say a little more about Sangonomiya. Historically, there has always been some conflict between them and the show, but I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their resistance movement. Of course, we have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal to repeal the decree arrives at Tenshuka, they invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for the shogun's It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in the shogun's sudden
Ooh, Paimon has a—
Oh? Well—
Have you got a plan yet to fight the vision?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt decree is tantamount—
So...
Well, for the moment, all we can do is, for example, by providing vision bearers with safe refuge, or manufacturing—
You're telling Paimon that there are people out there—
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, their counterfeits are indistinguishable from the genuine article. The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was providing us with counterfeit visions.
Darn!
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter of time before it would be— Exactly. I feel the same way. But given mine and Toma's identities as part of the Yashiro Commission, breaking him out of prison would risk dragging down the reputation of the entire Kamisato clan should we be caught. That would only serve to cast suspicion on any future activity we might seek to attempt. By no means do we intend to place the burden of such a task on your shoulders alone. When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Nagono. You want to know who you'll be meeting?